Tori.
Not in Iceland.
Hey y'all, I'm Tori. I am from Dallas. Alright y'all, so I'm actually going to start this in a way that I've never started to stand up yet, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, ready?
Yep.
Where are my men in the audience at? Yeah. No, this joke isn't for you. For the women in the audience. Yeah! I love women. So you know, we go to the gynecologist, we take off all of our clothes, put them in a nice little pile, take off our underwear, slide them underneath the pile because, I don't know why, because we don't want the vagina doctors to know we were underwear. For me, I like to take my underwear, put it on the outside of the door handle, just to signify to the doctor that I've already had my vagina touched. Message received, universe one day was like, cool, we'll test that out, and then I got a UTI. So, call up Teledoc, she's like, yep, check, yep, now we have a UTI. And then she said, what medications have worked for you in the past that I could prescribe for you? And I said, I don't know, doc, I think that's your territory. But usually some Adderall, some Ambien, some Oxycodone clears it right up. And then she didn't laugh, I had to reconvince her I had a UTI. So speaking of fucking with doctors, I got this thing called epiglottitis recently, last year. So apparently you have something called an epiglottis right here. When it swells up, you can't breathe through your mouth. It's actually very traumatizing. So get to the ER, the nurse says, on a scale of 1 to 10, can you rate your pain? What she didn't say was it emotional pain or was it physical pain? Because at the time, I wasn't in any physical pain, but I felt like the emotional trauma of not being able to breathe through my mouth warranted a morphine drip. So I said 10 and I got one. Speaking of emotional trauma, let's talk about somebody who recently got access to their own medical decisions, Britney Spears. Love Britney. Big part of the Free Britney movement, had hats, had t-shirts. Then we freed her. She got out of conservatorship. And look, I am not saying that Britney needs a conservator, but maybe a chaperone? Maybe somebody just to make sure that the knives are locked away? Just kidding. I love Britney. Love Britney. She knows Taylor Swift, but I love Britney. This, not because I'm in the Trump cult, because I'm a Swiftie. Yep. One time after one of my shows, somebody came up to me and said, you are so brave for being so open about liking Taylor Swift. And I was like, I don't know what that means. But I will always fight for your freedom to like the biggest pop star of all time. Scotty's a Swiftie too. That's my husband Scotty over there. Love him. One of the best things about Scotty is that we split our chores 50-50, no questions asked. I took laundry, he took cooking, now we eat out all of our meals. And because we eat out all of our meals, we have to spice things up a little bit. Recently we did this event called Dining in the Dark, which is exactly what it sounds like. You dine in pitch black. But they didn't get blackout curtains, they didn't turn the lights off. No. For $100 a person, they blindfold you. Swear to God. Yes. For $10, I can buy my own damn blindfold and dine in the dark at Chili's. When Scotty and I are paying $100 a person to get blindfolded, we usually expect a very different experience. But Scotty and I, we love doing adventures together, we really do. We love to travel, that's why we're here. But I feel like over the last 13 years we've been together, we've realized we like the airport more than we like the destination. We had this 10 a.m. flight, got there at 8 a.m., went straight to the bar, 3 cocktails in, nobody batted an eye. They didn't judge us, they didn't know it was at 8 p.m. our time. And then afterwards, we took a little suitcases, made a little suitcase floor, took a little nap on the floor. Airport pro tip. They have really hard, uncomfortable floors at the airport. Find yourself the prayer room. Because they have comfy seats. The Muslim area has these little mats that are great to sleep on. And if you're lucky, there's this nice man wearing a robe, always a man, this nice man wearing a robe coming around with some wine, some little crackers for a free pre-flight happy hour. All right, y'all, that is my time. You can see me again this Saturday at Reykjavik Airport Terminal T, right by the prayer room.